Diddy is a distraction. Bikers must come together. Everyone is consumed with P. Diddy, video after video. New details are coming out. Everybody's gossiping. Here's another update. I tell you, there are a lot of wicked people on this planet, and Diddy will face the creator. So no corrupt government will ever punish him the way he will be punished when it's his time. My gut tells me he has secrets on everyone, and they're gonna try to shut him up. There's many layers to this case. It even teases, is this going back to the Epstein list? Everybody wants to know this. I want to know this. I believe all this will come to the light, but only to distract about what's really going on. We're about to cover some footage that no one is talking about. The truth about why they keep trying to distract us with celebrity gossip, MC culture. We need to come together. It is almost over for us. Literally. Let's get into it. Welcome to Demons Road TV. I'm Sos the Ghost. I'm your host for the evening. Hit the subscribe button and share this video with your family. This is the stuff that they try to suppress and keep people from seeing. I'm an independent. I have no machine behind me, but I have you. Let's check this out. I'll link their full video in the description.
Diddy is just a distraction. Something big will happen on November 5th.
Thank you for being here today for our press conference on what I describe as the most important issue that's getting the least amount of attention relative to its importance in our country. And like many other issues, we're going to be deciding on November 5 what kind of a country we're going to be, and it applies to this issue as well. President Trump had withdrawn the U.S. from the WHO, and of course the Biden administration, like every other disastrous decision they made, reversed those policies when the Biden-Harris administration got in charge. Well, later this week, the UN is going to hold a, quote, summit for the future. And they're going to produce, this is right from their website, an intergovernmentally negotiated, action-oriented pact for the future with a chapter on transforming global governance. Ascending beyond the powers being sought by its subordinate agency, the WHO, the UN is seeking even broader and more powerful authority, as you will hear a lot about today. The Biden-Harris administration apparently intends to fully support the surrender and compliance of the U.S. to the UN in these endeavors. They are aligned with the international globalists that hate America, that hate the Constitution, that hate our founders, that hate our founding Judeo-Christian principles, and they want America to become like the rest of the world. They don't want us to be subordinate to or governed by our Constitution. No, they want America to be subordinate to and governed by the UN, the World Health Assembly, and the WHO.
Anybody remember a guy with a really deep voice, super animated? Everybody said he was crazy. They sued him for billions because he thought a narrative wasn't true. He didn't agree with the narrative. What's his name again? Alex Jones. Kind of makes you feel like they went after him in court because he's been telling people for years about the New World Order. Oh no, that's a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. So you tell me in the comments, what is the World Health Organization? What is the United Nations? Sounds like a lot of nations under one rule. That kind of sounds like one world government, but they'll just tell you, no, it's a conspiracy theory. You know what conspiracy theory really means to me? It means you got a brain and it works. To the media, who's been lying to us for all these years, can we get a public apology to Alex Jones for destroying a man's life, for being a true patriot? It's disgusting. You people make me sick. You should be able to report nowhere comfortably.
And in fact, they intend to join with others at the UN summit this week to vote to award additional powers to the UN Secretary General. They seek to facilitate the evolution of the UN from an international cooperative body to an international governing body. These powers would be triggered by any one of a number of so-called global emergencies, whether it was a so-called climate emergency, a health emergency, a cyber emergency, or a gun violence emergency, whatever that's supposed to be, a financial emergency, or whatever they deem appropriate. And the Biden-Harris administration is in full agreement with the UN and the WHO on efforts to place us under their authority and to require such things as their international health regulations, including the surveillance of U.S. citizens, the censoring of dissenting views, and much more. The American people didn't vote for this, and they don't support this, and it's up to the people's representatives, that's us gathered here today, to have a responsibility to expose this and to reject this. The U.S. should defund the WHO again. We should withdraw from the WHO. Any agreements with the WHO or the UN should require Senate approval or disapproval. And a bipartisan House majority voted to require Senate approval just last week with Tom Tiffany's bill on the House floor. So I'm proud to be joined here by my House colleagues and others who are appropriately concerned and educated, informed, and leading on this issue. Again, this is the most important issue that's getting the least amount of attention relative to its importance and its impact on our country and on the American people.
Respect to these men for standing tall in a situation like this. Kind of sounds like to me like traitors. Think about it. Signing our entire country over to the United Nations. What's the definition of treason? The crime of betraying one's country, especially to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. Now, I'm not saying they're trying to kill us, but signing over our government to a global force, aka overthrowing the governmental structure. This has been going on in every cartoon since I was a kid. Coming together, the bad guys to take over the world. Let me know in the comments, is that treason? And if you want to say no one was murdered, what about JFK? Our president was murdered, and that seems to be where we lost the country. Or he tried to restore it, but it's all hidden. So that's why we need Trump in office, and he should have declassified everything. I 100% say that. Do I agree with everything he's been saying lately? No. But us being a sovereign nation is way more important than whose tone is better. And a lot of people will say the fight is fixed. They're too powerful. We can't win. It's over. No. They have zombified you. Think about it like this. The whole UN or WHO. How many of them do you think there is? Most of them will get a slip disc in their back if they move too fast. I would love to see the average age of members in the UN or the WHO. It gotta be like 80, I swear to God. But it shows you how weak people are. If you're mentally defeated, they don't gotta fight. Bikers and patriots, we must come together, stand together, and watch each other's backs. Is that or your children live in a technocratic slave world? This is where we're headed right now. And now they don't even have enough respect for us to hide it. They're just doing it in our face now. And then they'll just distract us with whatever the next celebrity gossip is. It changes every news cycle. They just switch it up so that we don't focus on this. This is the real problem. Not two wars between two clubs, two rival motorcycle clubs. All of this needs to be squashed out, and we need to be watching what's going on now. We need to be organizing. They can shut the switch on us and we're done. We're so unorganized. They can take us over so easily. But there is so many of us. If you just wake up, all you have to do is resist it. And it goes away. There's that many of us, but people don't understand that. They're mentally destroyed. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this with your family. To the ones, listen, we all have families that are on the left or whatever. I don't care what you are, left or right. This time right now, this is good versus evil. This is establishment versus anti-establishment. It is what it is right now. This isn't a left or right game anymore. This is about survival. Share this with your family that needs to hear this message. And I got another video. It'll be linked above. Thank you for tuning in to Demons Row TV, the holy grail of MC culture. Like, subscribe, and comment. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby.
Oh.